Shall we commence? We'll check with
Yes,
the guest also. Chitra madam, shall we
yes.
commence?
Yes, please. Ready.
Yes, Mohana, please.
Good morning to one and all gathered here. It is a wonderful day and I feel privileged to extend my warm welcome to all for this online webinar organized by MBA along with Institutions Innovation Council and Entrepreneurship Development Cell. And I welcome you all for this webinar. A beautiful smile is the best universal welcome. It can make the day a good day easily. Now I call upon R. Revati from First MBA to deliver welcome speech.
A very pleasant morning to one and all. I welcome you all for the webinar on Business Model Canvas organized by the Department of MBA along with Institution Innovation Council and Entrepreneurship Development Cell, EDC of Paavai Engineering College, Namakkal. I am happy to welcome Dr. M. Premkumar, President of Institution Innovation Council, IIC, Principal of Paavai Engineering College. We welcome you, sir. I warmly welcome our chief guest, Dr. M. Chitra, Associate Professor, School of Entrepreneurship, Rishi University, Sonipat, Haryana. Welcome you, ma'am. I welcome our convener, Dr. R. Mohanapriya, Associate Professor, ECE Department. We welcome you, ma'am. I welcome our Vice President, Dr. K. Sundaramurthy, Professor, Mechanical Department. We welcome you, sir. I welcome the EDC Coordinator, Dr. S. Pugalendi, Assistant Professor, Mechanical Department. We welcome you, sir. I welcome our Head of the Department, Dr. R. Sumati. We welcome you, ma'am. I also welcome IIC Convener of NPR College and Paavai College of Engineering. We welcome you, sirs. I cordially welcome all the head of the departments. We welcome you, sirs, and welcome you, madams. I welcome all the faculty members of Paavai Engineering College. We welcome you, sirs, and welcome you, madam. And I happily welcome all the participants from NPR College of Engineering and Technology and Paavai College of Engineering. I extend my cheerful welcome to you for the webinar.
Thank you, Revati. Now I call upon most respected sir and IIC President to deliver his presidential address. Now I call upon PM Vigneshwaran of First MBA to introduce the guest speaker.
Good morning to all. I am happy to welcome our resource speaker, Dr. M. Chitra, Associate Professor, School of Entrepreneurship, Rishi University, Haryana. She completed her Bachelor of Science from Bharatdasan University in 1995. She completed postgraduate in the year 1996 and Resource Management in 2000, Master of Business Administration in 2001. And finally, she completed PhD in 2015 at SRM University, Chennai. She has over 20 years of academic experience. She completed various MOOC courses like Coursera Creativity and Entrepreneurship in Berklee College of Music. She is a certified entrepreneurship educator from Vardhavani Global University. She has done resource person for a Bosech Skill Entrepreneurship Program and Bosech Collaboration Program Skill, and she is certified from Government of India as Train the Trainer. She has given around 50 guest lecture in Bharati Institute of Management in Tanjavur, Tamil Nadu, South India. She has authored books titled like Women Entrepreneurs, Women in Beauty Clinic Industries. She has done 50 publications and she attended 20 plus international conference, 10 plus national conference, 10 plus seminars and 20 plus workshops. We are very happy to have you, ma'am, for accepting our invitation in spite of your hectic schedule. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you, Vignesh. Now I request our guest speaker to address the students.
Thank you, first of all, and a very happy morning to all of you present there. And it is indeed a great pleasure for me to be a part of this program with young minds as usual. Okay, and thank you, Revati, as well as Venkateshwaran, for giving me a brief about myself. Thank you so much for that. So when Dr. Sumati contacted me, I was so excited to talk about this particular topic because I'm a little bit passionate about entrepreneurship, because actually I'm also an entrepreneur where I do two business. One is related with my beauty herbal products. Another one is related with my bamboo products. So both are the products which I do have, and I work on these two products right now. So according to me, when you want to start any business, there should be some need which we want to identify, which may be so interesting in the market, and there may be a demand in the market, and we like to go forward with it. So with that, that is the basic crush which I have. I want to take it forward. So I like to take it forward this particular session for you to understand the basic introduction about the entrepreneurship, as well as to know about business model and how to enter into the market with that business model. This is the overall idea where I'm trying to pitch in today. Hope I'm audible to all of you.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you for that. Thank you for the response. So let me just put some interesting questions, but but let me just give you the answer side by side. As you all know, the first question comes: who is an entrepreneur? Okay, so when we talk about these particular question, every one of us know the answer for that. The person who takes risk, the person who tries to develop his own skill set and put that skill as converted as a money, and all this stuff comes when we talk about who is an entrepreneur. Okay, but when it comes to entrepreneurship, it refers to the process, something that have to go step by step, something that have to be going in a order to create a new enterprise, and that should be some ability or the skill set that we should be possessing to take up the risk and then overcome the risk by making as a profit. So these are the basic things which you all know very well. But what are the qualities we may be possessing? It is good for us to always have. So according to me, there are so many qualities, but I feel there are four things that are so important. First and foremost, attitude. I feel the attitude is the one that is very important for us to see things in a right manner and convert that to our potential, which can be made as a benefit for the whole society overall. And the next one, when it comes to entrepreneurship, mind, it's all about the creativity, how creative we are. So instead of we doing the same monotonous routine work, what others are doing, the way in which we present our business in a creative manner, in an innovative manner, that will be the great advantage for us to be a successful entrepreneur. And next, most important thing I feel is organization, organizing ourselves. We should not be clubbed with so much of thoughts. There should be some proper planning. First, second, third, there should be some proper planning in our mind, which we need to understand what should be done first, what should be done at the end. So in between the process lies. So how I'm supposed to organize those things? These are a very important thing when you want to be a successful person in the field of entrepreneurship. And the most important thing is the relationship. How I'm going to have the relationship. Relationship means I'm referring to the person whom I am going to connect with as a supplier or the retailer or the wholesaler or any person who's going to be a part of my business. So how I'm going to have the good relationship with them, and not only with those people, also with my employees. If I'm going to employ them, how I'm going to have that, how I'm going to have a good relationship with the employees. I think these are the four important qualities which is very essential for a person to be as a successful entrepreneur. Then I like to give this particular screen for you people to understand what is a discovery about yourself. First, how do you discover yourself? Because most of the time, all of them may not be having the interest towards entrepreneurship. But how to discover that, yes, I have interest in entrepreneurship. Why don't I try that? Do I have the potential to take it forward, the interest that I have in my mind? So if you have that some sort of idea somewhere in your mind, you can use this particular slide to see how you can make it forward to make yourself better. So the slide that I'm showing to you right now is about discovering yourself, whether you have the interest in any one particular field that you wish to take it forward. So here you could see A, B, C, D, E, and F. So the columns over here are talking about the various aspects of your interest. The first column is about area of interest. So you can write, some students may be having interest in different activities like blogging, cooking, photography, or else they may be interested in various other aspects, which that sounds great for them. So just write all those points. one by one in the column which is called as A, that is area of interest. Then just go back to the other columns where you lose track of time while you're doing this. So, for example, let me take one first. In this first one, I'm just putting it as blogging. If I'm putting here as blogging and writing it here, lose track of time while doing this. When you lose your track, that if there is somebody, you're not so consistent with what you are in that. You can put that as no here, no, no here. If in case, if you come to the next one, if you, for the second column, for the first column, the second row, if you have that you are interested in photography, if you feel that there is no need for you to be you're not losing any track, you're always into that. Wherever you find something interesting, you just click a photo about it, then you have to put it as yes here, yes here. So in the same way for the C, D, E and F, so every column holds different meanings here. So in the part C, in the column C, you have the requested style and skills to do that. Whether you have the skills to handle the camera, whether you have the skills to write the blogging. So if it is yes, you just write yes. If it is no, you just write no in the respective columns. Okay. So in the D column, you have to take the initiative. You do not need to be pushed. Sometimes we may feel that someone should be telling us, you are interested in that, why don't you go and do that? If somebody is telling us and then we are stepping into that, you can see, oh, I'm not taking initiative for that. Somebody have to tell me to take initiative. Why should that happen? So you have to think about it. That is what another thing is there. So you need to understand that also. So whether you are initiative or somebody is trying to push you into that. If you feel that somebody is trying to push you, that means that you're not so interested towards that particular line. You need to identify where you are, whether you are taking your initiative or not. Coming to the column E, you grab every
Chitra ma'am,
opportunity.
excuse me, please.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, are you sharing screen?
Yes.
Ma'am, I'm sorry. We are not able to see anything.
My God. So you'd have told me. Just a minute then.
We were in doubt.
Okay, no worries. Just give me a minute.
Yeah, please, kindly try sharing.
It is showing me as presenting only.
You retry, ma'am, please.
Okay. If you're able to see, please let me know.
Sure, ma'am. We are ready to view.
We are not it.
Not it.
You're not able to see. Oh my God. It's showing me presenting. Okay. Just give me another minute. Now?
I'm sorry, ma'am, not still.
Just a second.
Kindly do one thing, Dr. Chitra. Kindly please share it, your content. Share it to my WhatsApp.
Okay, fine then. Right. What happened? I don't know. Hello, ma'am.
Yes, madam.
I have shared with you.
To my WhatsApp or here you're
WhatsApp,
sharing your
WhatsApp.
screen as well.
No, to the WhatsApp I have shared with you. Sumati ma'am, to Sumati ma'am. It's showing me presenting back. Have you received it? You have not opened it, Sumati ma'am.
Ma'am, I've received it, ma'am. I've received it. Just a minute, please hold on.
Yeah. Okay. Ma'am, you have received it?
Yes, ma'am. Got it. Mohana is trying to share, ma'am. Just hold on, please, kindly.
Okay. Right. I don't know what is the issue here. Maybe. Let's see.
I think when you were trying to log in, also we had some issue. Not a problem, ma'am. We'll do it. Please hold on.
So till that is getting set, I can have some interaction also.
Yes, ma'am. Please kindly
Yeah,
continue.
right. If any student is willing to, any entrepreneurs are there in the group? Any entrepreneurs in the as a audience over there?
Students, if you're willing to speak, you just raise your hand so that I'll enable your mic. Ma'am, it's actually in the off mode for the students,
Okay. I'm sorry.
not
for
because
that.
the
Okay.
students.
Right.
And
Okay.
sorry for the inconvenience. Your PPT is shared, ma'am.
Oh, fine then. Okay. So which slide you're able to see now?
Ma'am, just a second. Let me go for the
I will
slide.
stop sharing my slide because I'm able to see my presentation that I'm sharing it. I'll stop that. I'm waiting for you.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Because I'm able to see that. That's the problem.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah. A very good number of students are there, 97 plus that we are able.
Chitra ma'am, the strength is still higher also.
Oh, right. I'm able to see plus of 97.
Yeah, yes.
I'm really sorry. Many students are waiting for us. Okay. Right. That's nice. If you're
Here
able
we
to
have the screen, ma'am.
maximize the screen a little bigger, that will be great.
Ma'am, is it visible, ma'am, for you?
It is visible. Can you maximize it, please?
Yes, ma'am.
That's it.
Oh, great. Perfect. Perfect. Thank you so much. Thanks for that. So I think some alignments are being changed there. It's okay, but the content is going to be the same. Okay. So when I complete with its slide, I will tell you next. Okay, please do the favor for me. Okay.
Yes, ma'am, sure.
Okay, thank you for that. And I think we have spoken about this, but shall we continue then? Shall we start with it?
Yes, ma'am, yes.
Yeah.
Please carry on, ma'am.
Yeah. Thank you for that. As we have already discussed this particular slide, let's go forward. Because we have already spoken about who's an entrepreneur. Let's go forward, please. Okay. I wish you to go to the next slide. Yes. I'm not able to see the next slide. Sumati ma'am, I'm not able to see the slide.
Just a minute, ma'am. Just a minute.
Yes.
She'll change the
Yes.
screen.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. That's great. Please go to the next slide, which we have discussed. Next, please. Yeah. Yeah, we will go to the next. So this is what we have been discussing so far, which I feel that is very important for an entrepreneur to be successful is attitude, creativity, organizing mindset, as well as the relationship that we have with all of our stakeholders. Okay. And the next slide is what I was trying to explain to you. Please go back to the next slide. Yes. Yeah. So this is one of the screen that I was trying to explain to you to know more about yourself. So this particular slide will be having a flow where you will be able to understand where or in which aspect of the business you are so interested. Or else instead of me putting the word business, let me replace the word with in which area you are so interested. As I told you already, either in blogging, cooking, photography, or else in any other aspect of which is so interesting to you, you have to put those things in the column A, which is the area of interest. Okay. And then you have to address B, C, D, E, and F. So when you address each things in that particular columns, irrespective to that particular column, for example, let me start with, as I told you a few minutes before, let me start with blogging. Maybe the so interesting for you. You have to write in column B. You lose track of time while doing this, or you don't lose track of time, or else you always have that problem with you. If you lose track of time, you just write yes there, which means that sometimes you're interested, sometimes you're not so interested towards that. That is what is the meaning over here. And coming to the column C, you have the requested talent, skills to do that. You have to know, because when you want to start any business, one important point that we need to know, do we have certain skills that will enable us to do much better? So that is very important. Sometimes students may go wrong in something, seeing somebody who's making good money, they want to start that own. But that should be one important thing that we should be knowing, are we having that required skill set? So that we will not go wrong in that and we'll be able to do much better in the business that we are interested in it. Okay. So that is what is very important. So whenever we want to start with any business, we need to know whether the talent that is required is with us or not. And then the next D column to you to take the initiative. You have to take the initiative. That should not be anybody to push you to go. Why don't you try that? Why don't you do this? That should not be anybody to push us. You have to make sure that all the initiatives taken by you because you're so interested towards that. That should not be anybody to push you over that. And the next E column will be talking about whether you use all the opportunity that comes to you. So I strongly have a strong attachment towards this particular word, opportunity. Every problem is an opportunity for us. In the entrepreneurial mindset, every problem is an opportunity. Whenever we find a problem, we should be excited about that. Yeah, there is a problem. Why don't I convert that problem as an opportunity so that I can become a businessman out of that? That is entrepreneurial mindset as always. Okay. And then in the last column, even if the activity is challenging, you enjoy in doing that. So when you find something so difficult, so challenging, but if you have the real passion in doing it, you will be trying to put all your efforts to do that. If you have such qualities for any one interest of your idea or any one field, maybe blogging, maybe anything like cooking, also photography, whatever it is, just do that. But identify by using this particular slide whether you have the strong interest towards that or not. If you have a strong interest, just put below that particular column yes. If you don't have a strong interest, just put that as no. And then finally, you have to see how many yes you have, in which column or in which particular row you have number of yes. That is the field that you're so passionate in. You will know yourself. That is what we call it as a self-discovery. The first stage when we do that. Okay, please go back to the next slide. Yes. So another important aspect which we want to talk, generally when you want to start with any business, this is one of the principles that we follow, which we call that as the effectuation principle. I'm just trying to make it a little bit quick so that we can concentrate on the business model. So effectuation is one of the principles that will be helping us to take a better decision when we want or when we think that, yeah, I need to start with any business. But how to start with it, how to do with it. If I'm willing to start with any business, what is that I have to do initially, or else what are the things I have to have in mind when I want to start with it? Okay, that is what we call that as the effectuation. In this, we have 5 principles, which is very basic, which we all will be knowing it. Okay, please move to the next slide. Yes. Yes. So these are the 5 principles. So these 5 principles are, first one is bird in hand. So what is bird in hand? Do not try to do anything that is not in your reach. Whatever you have in your hand, try to start with that. That is what we call as a bird in hand principle. For example, if some of your students are so good in knowledge like accountancy or as in statistics, even a BCom students or a BPA student or an engineering student who's so good in the content, and they can combine together, many students can combine together, a group of students can combine together, and they can have a tuition center. They can start their home because they are not going to invest anything over here. They can go to the home. They can teach the students, the kids over there in the +2. They can earn money out of it. This is a beautiful example. So I'm not going to invest anything, but I have the knowledge with me. I'm going to utilize that knowledge and I'm going to see that how I'm going to make. So here I call this principle as a bird in hand principle. The one of the best example for this Nerdy Academy. They started like this only. Nerdy Academy is one of the very famous organization or institution which is helping people, which is having so many students in line to study the subjects very easily, which is started long before by students combining together who are in the commerce group. So everything is possible over here. When come to the second one, we call that as a is that visible? Hello? Hello? Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay, fine then. So the second aspect is an affordable loss. Whenever you get into any business, please make sure that how much loss you will be able to manage. Sometimes students enter into the business, they make good profit, fair good. If sometimes they may also end up in losses. If that is the case, do not be very much afraid of it. You should know how much loss you will be able to manage with that, because business is something that maybe gain, maybe loss also sometimes. If you slip something, in your planning, you may be able to land up in losses. But if you don't slip anything wrong, if you're not slipping any important points, we will not go wrong in the business. Only if the external factors are not affecting us. Okay, so that is called as the affordable loss. And the third one is the crazy quilt. Very important concept. You should have the capacity or the ability to network with people. So that is one important quality that I strongly recommend all of you to talk with people. Whenever you find somebody is having an idea similar to the thought that you have in mind, just go combine with them, talk with them, get that network. That is very important. The most important successful entrepreneur's quality is networking. We have to network with people who are all having the similar thoughts of what we have. And the fourth is about the lemonade, which we call the whatever physical products you have in your hand. When I talk about bird in hand, it's about the resources that you had. Whenever you have physical products, for example, if you have a lemon, just make a lemonade, just make a pickle, just make lemon rice, whatever it is. That is also one option for you that can be made very well. Okay, that is called as the lemonade principle. And the perfect one is called as a pilot incline. Any business you do, have the complete control of the business. That is what is very important. Any business, you should be knowing the depth and width of the business very well. Okay, you should be knowing that. Okay, but for you to have that, you should be understanding the work that is happening. You should know at least to some extent the knowledge of the business so that you will not go wrong at any point of time. So this is what is called as the effectuation principle. In the next slide, yeah, you are able to, my God, the colors have changed. Anyway, what I have explained to you is that in the next slide, please go back to the next slide, please. So this is what I have explained to you. Please go back to the next slide. I'm sorry, I'm not in, the colors have changed. Okay, right, coming back to the next one. How do you get the idea? Yes, I'm interested in making a business, but how do you get an idea? From where you get an idea? We'll get an idea from four main resources or sources actually. Either from the product which you wish to produce or from giving a solution to the problem somebody is having it, or else from the customer point of also, or else from the idea that you have. So it can be any place from where you can be able to start with that. So where to start, you can start from all these four aspects of the business. How you can, with the product that you are, well, actually, when I started my business related with the bamboo, I started with the product. I never thought I will be able to grow such big because my products are in Amazon. So as my products are in Amazon, I'm able to see that I could find that initially my idea was not that to get into that. So now I'm able to make it as a better one by getting into that type of product and establishing having a number of series of products actually. So it's not about solution. I'm not giving any solution to anybody's problem over here. I don't find that there is a need for the customers there. But after me creating my product, I started identifying, oh, I can give a solution for this particular type of by giving particular type of people by giving such a type of product. So that is what I learned. So in this particular idea generation, I started with the idea of having product. When coming to the solution, also I have a business which is related with the herbal products. There are so many chemical products which is available in the market for girls for both their beauty products, but I started doing it with the natural herbal products. So I'm giving a solution here for the people who are not interested to use the products chemical, which is chemical oriented. So these are the things that I can do that. And another one is customer. Many people are in need of some product, but that is not available in the market. So how to go about it? I can identify these are the people available in the market without the demand being satisfied. I'll go and try to give address those customers. So these are the ways in which we will be able to identify how you are going to start with it, whether with the product or with the solution or with the need of satisfying the customer, or else with the idea that is so creative, that is so innovative. Practo. I hope you all would have heard about Practo. Practo is an app where medical details are there. So this is the Red Bus. Initially, when Red Bus came, that's where we are not, we have to go literally to the place and get the ticket books. But right now it is not the case because people, one person understood the problem of it and then he started thinking about that and he came out with the problem. It's an idea here. So there are so many ways in which we can think about how to make a business over it. Okay, can we go to the next slide, please? Yes, this is one slide which I like very much. Okay, because as I told you a few minutes before, whenever we find an opportunity, there will be some problem in it. Actually, it have to be going in this way. The last point I liked. So always start with your problem identification, not with the solution. This is the one mantra that I always follow. Okay, let's not think that whatever potential we have, we are going to do that and give it to the market. Instead, what is that actually in demand in the market? Start with it and start giving it to the customers. That will be the best way of doing it as a business. So whenever you find that there is a problem, there is an opportunity for us to do something. So think about that. That is the best way for us to be in the market for long run and to be successful in the market for long run also. Okay, please go to the next slide. So always start with the identification of the problem. From that problem, you will find any number of opportunities. But so now let's get into the next topic. Yes, I have identified the problem. Now, what is that I have to do next? So first, most important, there are some questions that we need to get clarified very clearly. We need to get answered these questions very clearly. Point number one, do you think the idea that you have in your mind, which you want to pitch in, is having a need in the market? You cannot produce a product where there is no need or demand in the market. If there is no need or demand in the market, you are landing up with the wrong business idea. You should be able to make up a satisfactory income from the business that you are doing it. So identify whether the idea that you have in your mind is able to have a good demand, or that it is going to satisfy some need in the market. That is one important question. These are the questions you need to address for yourself. That will help you to make a successful venture. If you're not addressing these questions, we may land up in a problem in the sense we may not be successful in long run. That's what I want to tell you. Okay, is your idea a feasible one? We need to check out. There are so many ideas may pop up in our mind, but we have to understand whether this idea will be workable for us, because we have certain constraints: the investment level, the potential, the resources. There are so many resources. Do we have those resources in our hand? If it is, that is feasible for me, am I able to produce that? We should be addressing, we should be knowing those points also. Is the idea feasible for us to prepare and start doing it? Will you be able to be in the market for long run? Is this product a seasonable product, or I can be in the market for long run? If I want to be in the market for long run, what type of strategies I have to think about it? You need to understand that aspect also. Does your product add value to the customer? I hope you all know the different meaning the value gives. Value here is not the physical or not the price value I'm referring it to you. Any product that a customer buys, he will be willing to have some value for that. Not in terms of pricing, not in terms of money that we give for the product. It is about the service the product is going to give us. So your product should be one such that it is going to have a value addition to the customers. If there is no value addition to the customers, buy your product, customers will not be buying your product. There should be some value addition. So always think over it whether your product is having a value addition to the customers, because they are paying it you to get a value from your product. Okay, that is what is very important. And the idea that you have in your mind, is it monetized? There are some social entrepreneurs who do so much of social service which they may not be interested in getting any money. But if you are trying not to be as a social entrepreneur, you want to become a business typical entrepreneur, your idea should be fetching you good money. You should be thinking about that also. Then, very important, last 2 points are very important. Can you sell your idea to your close friends and family? If you have any idea in your mind, try to sell your idea to them. Tell your friend to buy your product. Are they buying it? Check it out. Sell it to your family. Are they buying it? If they will definitely, they may definitely. You can sell your own idea or product to your father and mother, or your brothers or sisters or your friends, because they are known to you. But the last part, try to sell that to a stranger. Okay, that is not an easy task. And I wish you to do one activity if you get time later in your home. Just go and ask your father or your mother, can you just give me 100 rupees? Okay, they may be giving you 100 rupees. Okay, they may give you 100 rupees, but there may be thousands of questions arise, but they may be giving you 100 rupees. You take that 100 rupees, Go get some product and try to sell it back to them. Try to sell it back to them. Sell it back, not giving it to them. Try to sell it back to them. Then you will see, why should I buy this product from you? You got the money from them only, but you want to sell it to them. They will ask you any number of questions. That is what you will understand. What is the difference between getting and selling? Even in your family, close to family circles, you'll be able to find the difference out of it. Okay, please go to the next slide. Yes, this is another important slide which I'd like to share with you. You may have n number of problems that is around us, but we can't address all the problems. But when you want to address all the problems, how are we going to select the right problem that may be useful to many of them? So these are the questions that is going to be helpful for you people to know, yes, this is a problem. I'm going to take it forward and get a solution for the problems. Number of problems identified as worth solving. A list of problems may be available. You need to identify which is the best problem that you feel that you want to solve it out. That is one, you have to find it out. Okay, how many people are facing similar type of problems? Then you will understand the volume of your business that you may be able to make it up. That is another interesting thing. So, and then what jobs are not done? So what jobs are not done means some products may be there, but you may also have a similar idea in your mind. But that product which is already in the market may not be satisfying certain attributes, or it may not be creating certain values to the customers. That is the space where you have to hold. You understand? That is a space where you have to hold for you to address those things so that you will be able to address that particular gap in the market. So that may be n number of products, but some products may not be. But in fact, I can put it another way. All products will not be able to satisfy all the requirements. So we need to understand that. Okay, empathize yourself while addressing the problem. Put yourself into that. Right? Just go into the problem and see how you are doing it. Are you really facing that problem? You have to understand that also. What are the strategies you have as a solution for that particular problem? That is also another interesting thing. You may have different strategies, but you have to keep on changing your strategies according to the situation. So how dilemma you are able to make up your decisions very strong based on the strategies that you have it up. So you have to think over it. And most important thing, are the people willing to pay for it? They may appreciate you, but they will not pay you. But your project or your idea should be one such that the people should be willing to pay for your idea. That is where your business becomes better. If the people are just appreciating walking off, that is not going to help you. So they should be willing to pay for you to get that service or not. So look for jobs to be done. So last point is going to, what are the jobs that you have to address there? So when you address these questions, you will come to know, yes, this idea which I had in my mind, I think it is worth solvable. If I address this problem, I think I'll be able to be in the market for a long run. I'll be able to make good money out of it. We'll be having a proper idea about that. So when we miss out, these questions are not addressed. When we miss out these questions, we will not have a clarity. Simple questions, very simple questions. We need to understand very meticulously why it should be done, how it should be done, so that we will have a better idea about what we are going to do and how we are going to be in the market for long run. Okay, I hope I have addressed this slide. Shall we go to the next slide, please? Yes, this is another. I'm just trying to tell you this about this value proposition canvas, which I think you are able to see two diagram. I mean, one diagram with one circle, another one with a square, right? So first thing is you need to address what are the pain points that customer is having. When you have right now, let's consider that we have an idea in our mind, but already some product is there in the market similar to your idea, but you need to understand what are the pain points. Pain points means the aspects which has not been addressed. The aspects which has not been addressed by that particular product which is already in the market. We call that as a pain points. That is one you need to understand, which you're not talking about yours. You're talking about the product which is already in the market. The second one is about the gain, that is in the circle part. I think you're able to see in the slide. Then the circle part, one is pain, other one is gain. So you need to understand what is that the product is already giving something gain to the people over there. So you need to understand the product in the market, which is already there. What is the pleasure? What is the, that is the pain, we call it as the pain in entrepreneurial language. And also we call it as a gain. Every product you should know that when you have a similar product in your mind, you should understand what is the pain, what is the gain the product is offering already to the market. And then come back to the square, to the square thing. So when you are trying to put a product similar to what is already in the market, you need to see that you already know what are the pain points that is there in the market for the product which is existing. How you are going to overcome that? How we are going to solve that pain of the customers? Pain in the sense I'm referring to the problems that is already the customers are facing, even though they use the products, how they are able to overcome that, how you are going to provide your product with such points so that it is going to be a pain relief for the customers. And the next is going to be the gain creators. You have to add some more value to a product. If you're not adding any value to the product, it may be difficult. People will not be coming to your product. They may be switching to the same old product, but they're using it. So when you do this simple exercise, when you understand this particular concept, what is gain, what is pain, and how you're going to add a gain, how you're going to relieve the pain, you will be successful in the market. Okay, let me go to the next slide. Yes. So after having an idea, after having the effectuation principle, which idea you want to start with it, after addressing certain questions that you want to start with it, and after identifying the problem worth solving, and after knowing what is the value you have to create for the product that you have in your mind, now we are entering into the model creation. Please be very clear. If there is no model, you will not be able to be sustaining in the business for a long time. Whenever you're pitching any business idea, definitely the most important question that is put forth to you is what is your business model? This is one thing very important, because when the model is perfect, you will not go wrong anywhere. So I'm just going to show you the business model right now, which is very simple, which is called as a lean canvas model. Please go back to the next slide, please. Yes. So this is the business model. Can we just go back to the next slide? Because the next slide I have the PPE. Yeah, so in one shot it is coming. I have made it in a different pattern. Okay, fine. So here, I think you're able to see the slide very well. Here, there are 9 components. This is the main part of it. Please, I hope you are all able to understand what I'm going to tell you. Okay, so whenever we start with any business, the 9 components are very important. In your business plan, when you prepare a business plan, there are so many aspects there, but most important component is this business model. So this business model, what I'm using here is a lean canvas model. So this model will help us to understand how my business is going to be better and what are the aspects that have to be taken care by me so that nothing will go wrong in my business. Okay, I think you're able to see there are numbers in between. So the first one is called as the problem, which is coded as number 1 over there. Okay, so here, whatever idea you have in your mind, which you want to put forward to make it as a business, list the problem, list the top 1 to 3 problems that is there. And second aspect, you need to know, do we have any other products similar to the idea that you have in your mind in the market? That is what is very important. So what are the aspects that you have here have to be addressed? The problem is, what are the top 3 problems that you have here that have to be addressed here related to the idea that you have in your mind, right? Who are your key partners? How you're going to start with it? Who are your key suppliers from whom you will be getting this supply? And which are the resources you have to be in partnership with it? And what are the key activities you have to do to be with the partnership? So these are the problems that you may encounter as you go forward. So you need to identify what are the 3 problems, at least 3 steps you need to identify that. And another important aspect in that is the existing alternative. Okay, for example, if you're trying to start with an app like a Ola app, okay, Ola is already available. So now you do have some 3 problems that customers are facing it, even though we have so many facilities in Ola, but You have to identify what are the other three alternatives available with that. You need to understand that, how it is better, how you can make that better. So you have to list out those problems here very clearly and the alternatives also accordingly. So after knowing what is your problem, you have to go to the second aspect of it. The second aspect is the customer segment. I hope you're able to see the customer segment at the end of the frame. So the customer segment here, as you all know, there are different varieties of customers. So we will be having a niche market, segmented market, resegmented market. There are different varieties of market where most of you would have studied about that. Identify in which part of your idea or the business plan that you have in your mind is going to be suited for which customer segment. Please do not target all customers. That we will not be able to do any work on that. So what we are supposed to do, we need to identify which is the customer segment that is most perfect for us. According to my business, I just landed with the niche market. Bamboo products, most of them may not be using it. Very few people who are interested towards that artistic work, they started getting my products. So I did not go for the mass market. I did not go for the diversified market. I did not go for any other type of market. I concentrate only on one market, which is niche market, because I know my customers are very, very, very small. If I know my customers' volume, the amount I'm going to spend will also be reduced. There is no need for me to spend huge money in making my product available to all the people when most of them are not going to buy my products. Identify who may be the best customers for you. So for you to know that, you need to know what are the different varieties of markets. After understanding the different varieties of markets, you need to target only one market and identify that strategy to go into that market and make huge profit out of it. This is one second step that you need to know that. Coming to the third one, most important one, which I feel is unique value proposition. Whenever you want to start with any business, please understand there should be some uniqueness in your business, something unique, which is so special for you, something special. When we talk about this uniqueness, it may be something that handcrafted, it may be something that which has some unique special attributes in that. Always think about that, something special, something so unique in that. So you can just, if you have time, you can also do a simple survey comparing the Zomato and Swiggy. There are so many attributes that these two apps are giving us. Which is bigger, which is smarter, which is most used? What are the attributes that these two are giving? That's so interesting to see into that. There are so many aspects that can be listed out of it. So what is that uniqueness these two things are trying to give, that may be based on the customer's demand also? So we need to identify what is that uniqueness that I can give to my customers. So when you're trying to address this particular question, what is a unique value proposition? You need to think about what value do you deliver to the customer. Value, value, value. That's very important. If you are not adding any value to the customers will not be willing to buy your product. They will not be showing interest towards your product also. Please understand that. So which one of the customer's problem are we helping to solve it? You need to understand that. So by solving a problem of a customer, you are trying to create a value for them. That is what is most important. There are so many apps you are able to see. All these apps came because they're creating a value for us. By creating a value, we are using that products frequently. That's the reason there is some value creation in every aspect. That's why we are using those products. If not, we will not turn up for any of the products. If there is no use, why should I be thinking about that product? That is what is another important thing. And what bundle of products or service are we offering to each customer segment? What are the services that we offer at the end? And which customer needs are you satisfying? You have to put all these questions in order and address that. When you want to address with the unique value should be there in every business that we're trying to offer. Coming to the fourth aspect, which is solution. So right now I know what is the problem. Second thing, I know what are the alternatives available there also. Coming to the second aspect is about the customer segment. Who am I going to target? And then I know what is the value I'm going to give for those customer segment. And then I'm trying to find out the solution I'm going to give for them. So when I want to identify the solution, I should be able to have at least, for my business area, I should have at least 3 solutions. Which solution may be best, I can do it. And when we offer the solutions, we can offer in different patterns. Okay, we can offer the same solution, different patterns, and you need to identify which one will be workable and how they are different from other people. That is what you need to identify when it comes to the solution point. Coming to the fifth one, we call that as a channel. Okay, now I know the solution, but how I'm going to reach my customers? I need to identify the proper channel. The channel, I have to be very clear. And so why I'm telling the channel is very clear. I do not want to spend so much of money in taking my product from my end to the customer through a channel. So if the channel is too long, I have to spend a lot. What are the ways in which I have to reduce my other aspects, revenues or and cost? I have to understand that. I have to be very clear about that. So which channel I'm going to use? Can I have the screen? It's not clear for me. Yes. Yeah, thank you for that. Thank you for that. Okay, now it is clear. So which channel we can reach? So which is the channel that is most suitable for us, and how I can reach out with that particular channel to my customer, and how I can connect different channels together. This is very important. We need to understand that. That is the fifth point. Coming back to the sixth and seventh, please, you can see that they are in the bottom line, which is like a foundation. In that foundation, that is cost structure and revenue stream, all the other aspects from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, almost everything is lying on the top. And the bottom foundation line is 2 points, which is cost structure and the revenue streams. Every business we are doing it most probably for making money, generating money, right? So for that, you have to be double careful when you address these 7th and 6th point. The 6th point is revenue streams, from where you will be able to get money. That is what is most important. You need to know what are the different revenue streams you have, and will the people be willing to pay for your product, or all the stuffs we'll be having to address that in the revenue stream. How you will be able to generate money from the business, in what aspects you may be able to generate money. Is it you will be able to get money frequently or continuously? Will there be any seasons that you will not be getting money or any profit, or you will not be able to get any business at all in any period? You need to understand all these things when you talk about the revenue streams. And that also, there is a revenue model. That's a different part. If you enter into that's another big level of discussions to be taking place. Okay, that is what let's talk about the revenue streams. You have to see, and I want to tell one thing. When you think about any business, do not stick to one product. From that product, you have to generate different ways of creating money from a single product. That is always there. So you should be having a different product line. So in different sources, you need to get money. So as you know, as I told you a few minutes before, Swiggy and Zomato, they are having different product in that. So though app is one, there are so many attributes, there are so many facilities that has been offered by them. So that is what I'm trying to tell you. So even though you offer one product, try to make different products in it, so that you will be able to get good amount of money, even though you lost in one area. If you lost in one area, you will be able to, you can make money from other services of your products. That is always the smartest way of doing a business. Okay. When coming to the seventh, which is the cost structure, be very careful when you talk about this particular aspect, because I have seen so many students are not bothering about this particular part, because it's very small amount only, ma'am. It's not so important. Even 1 rupee counts for your business. Even a single money, 10 rupees or 1 rupee also, it counts for your business. You need to know where this money have to be placed, whether it is coming from the salary, it is variable cost, or it is going to be a fixed cost. You should have the basic knowledge about that, so that you will know what have to be reduced, what have to be increased. This is another important point, because most of the time what I feel is some of them are not so interested to know about the financial aspect. But for a person to be in the business field, basic knowledge about finance is very much important, because these are the foundations. As I told you, these are the very much foundations. If you miss these things, we may not be able to see where to cut our cost, so that if we cut our cost, we may have a good profit. But sometimes we need to have different strategy to see that if I invest some money in channel, or else invest some money in promotion, I may be able to get a good price for my product. I may be able to reach a larger market also. All these things you need to understand. So just like that, you can't spend, I mean, you can't go and connect with the customers. You need to spend. Time is also have to be converted into money. You have to see that you are spending time. Okay, for spending the time, you need money, right? That have to be converted as a money. That is what you have to very clearly think about that particular aspect when you talk about the cost structure. So there are different varieties of cost structure: distribution cost, fixed cost, variable cost, and any other cost. For getting a customer also, you are spending money. You're spending money. So you need to understand that how you are going to convert that time a person is spending to get a customer, how this time can be converted into money. So all these things you need to connect together to know about this. Okay. And then we have the key metrics, very important point, which I feel is measure every aspect of your business. For example, how many apps, how many people are downloading your app in a day, in an hour, how many people are using your app. If in case you have going to start with a restaurant, how many people are getting into your restaurant? How in 1 hour, what type of products are moving? In a month, what type of people are coming? In 1 month, how much you're able? So metrics is something that you need to be calculative to get every details of it. So getting all the details of your business is very important when it comes to metrics. Okay. And the most last one is going to be called as we call that as a very unfair advantage, which is very important. So what we have here is in the point of unfair advantage, something that you have it as a secret for your business, which we will not leave it to anyone. Even when we are hearing to many of the business plan when we are in a judging of any business plan, some students are very clear that no ma'am, it's a secret, we will not be telling that. So that is what but we know how to get that secret also. Okay, so this is what is very interesting, that I wish whenever you have a business, try to have some secret in it. Secret in the sense, for example, if you do some person may be giving you raw materials, you cannot tell everything to the people. From this is the place I'm getting the raw material. Okay, so that may be something special for you, that the raw material may be so unique, that may be the value addition for your business on the whole. So you have to be very careful to understand that there should be some secrets. Secret in the sense that should be knowing only for yourself, which I feel is very important that we have to do it. Let me add mine as an example. When I started with that bamboo products, what happened, why I'm giving mine as an example is because I've experienced this business model by putting my business into that and see what has happened. I was in utter failure initially. I wasn't serious in utter failure because when I started using bamboo to make water fountains, okay, after some time I'm able to see that fungus is growing in the bamboo. I don't know what I have to do. I'm just trying a lot. I just worked on so much, to see how I have to overcome this fungus. Then I contacted Asian Paints, Nerolac, so many paint companies to see how I can overcome. Finally, I landed up with a solution. If anybody is asking me, I will not let that know. This is my secret. You're getting it, what I'm trying to tell you. So this is very important. You in that way, there should be some secrets which we call that as an unfair advantage, which means nobody can copy your business. This is what is all about the business model. Why this business model? Let me get you in one more point. If you are changing any one aspect in this, you have to change the other aspect also. For example, if you're changing the fifth one, channels, if you want to take a small route to reach the customer segment, okay, you could feel that the cost is reduced here at the bottom, which is the seventh cost structure will be getting reduced. So in fact, when your cost is getting reduced, you'll be able to see the revenue you're able to get good. So whenever you change any aspect in this business model, all the other columns will also be getting changed. So this is one thing. So this is very important. We expect this business model to be in any business plan. Okay, can we go to the next slide, please? Yeah, I'm just when I'm sharing this, you can also see this is the Starbucks business model. So if I'm sharing the screen, I mean when I'm sharing the PPT with your ma'am, you can also have a look at this. So it is also available in the net. You can also go through that. How Starbucks is having a business model. Even Airbnb is also having a business model. Google is also having a business model. Everybody's business model is available in the net. So having a glance of it, you can also put for yourself also. Okay, please go to the next slide. Yes. So the last topic which I want to touch, because after knowing what is the business model, you should be very careful in jumping into the market. You know, you have a proper model right now in your hand, but you need to know where you are supposed to launch it, launch your products. The most important thing is understanding 2 points, whether it is red ocean or it is blue ocean. Simple, as you could see in the figure, there are two oceans that we call that as in in the entrepreneurship language, and generally we call that as the red ocean strategy and blue ocean strategy. If it is blue ocean, there is no heavy competitors. You can easily get into that place and you can sell your products very easily. Okay, because there is no competition available over there. When it comes to the red ocean strategy, there are many people in the market who are offering the similar type of product that you're already doing it. So by entering into the red ocean, you need to find different strategies for you to be in success always. So you need to decide what type of strategy you want to take it up. Whether you want to target initially the red ocean or blue ocean. Always advisable is blue ocean is the best way to go with it, because let's understand the market in detail and then we can go forward. Okay, that is what I would like. I will always suggest my students to go with the blue ocean, because that will be the best way if they have some uniqueness in their business. It is always good to go with the blue ocean strategy. Okay, just go to the next slide where I can show you the difference of blue ocean and red ocean. Please, next slide, please. Can we go to the next slide? Yeah, so as you could see here, this is the difference between the blue ocean and the red ocean. Here, the blue ocean strategy, create uncontested market to serve. There is no competition for you. Make competition irrelevant. Create and capture new demand. There's a good scope for you when you enter into the blue ocean strategy instead of red ocean strategy. When it comes to red ocean, it is going to be a little bit tough, provided if you have a unique product, it is difficult for you to be there. It is always good to be in the blue ocean. Okay, so here there is a lot of competitors. In red ocean, there will be a lot of competitors will be there, and you have to find different strategies to meet the competition over there, and you need to be exploiting the existing demand, and you need to always keep on investing so much of money so that you have to be in the market successful for long run. But when you are not disturbed by any people, you can be very safe enough in the blue ocean strategy. Okay, this is what I thought of telling you. Can we go to the next slide, please? I think we are almost coming to the end. Can we go to the next slide? Yes. So after deciding, I think this is my last slide. After deciding which is the strategy I'm going to do with it, I need to have a solution demo. Solution demo means you are, it's a product, or it might be a service also. Whatever you have in your mind, it should be in a workable condition for the people to understand. Okay, when the people are able to understand what is it, and whether they're able to feel the product, whether they're able to see how it is providing value to the customers, it is going to be advantage for us. So you need to have a solution demo. Demo, you know the meaning of demo, and here the solution is nothing but the finding a problem to the finding a solution to the problem to which you have addressed so far from the beginning. Now, at the last stage, you are trying to build a solution demo, which will help you to have a satisfaction that yes, this is the problem. This is the value proposition adding it. This is the business model I'm going to create. And this is the solution. And this solution, I'm going to give it as the demo to check with it. So this is what solution demo is another big area. Another big area. So for example, if you create an app, just like that, you will not be able to do it. After creating, you have to give it to many people to see how this is working out. Is it good or not? What are the faults it is coming up? How you are going to rectify it? What are the additional facilities you need to add up in that? So all these things you need to keep on increasing it. You have to improvise that. When you want to improvise that, you need to be having a demo session so that you will understand what it is, what are the difficulties the others are facing it when they are using your app. So this is one thing that we have to understand after making your business model in front. But I want to tell you one more important point. Whenever we check with any business plan, we like to have this business model. First point will be the problem identification. Do not enter into any business if there is no proper demand in the market. Number one, if there is no proper demand in the market, do not enter into that business. Second thing, whatever product you are trying to give it to the market should be having a value to the customers. That is second thing. And for you to be successful in the market, you should always have a business model. These are three important things that should be there. And the last one is never ever put all your money in one shot. Kindly allocate your money in a systematic manner so that you will not face any huge loss. That's why at the initial slide, I told you about the affordable loss concept. You should be knowing how much loss you are able to bear with it. At the end, the last point is we will be expecting exit strategy, how you are going to come out safe out of your business if in case you are running in a negative aspect in your business. If you're very sure that you are not able to make any profit, if you want to close the business, what is the allocation of money you have exclusively for that? We'll look into that also. Okay, so these are I think this is the last slide. Yes, just go to the last slide. Yes. So if you have any queries, I'll be happy. I'm sorry I took a lot of your time, but technical problem. I'm really sorry for that. You can, any questions if you have, I'll be happy to answer that.
No issues,
No
ma'am. It was
issues, ma'am.
really a
It was
nice presentation.
Thank you. Thank you for that.
Participants, if you've got any queries, you can put forward.
I think we are not getting any questions then.
Yes, ma'am. We'll proceed with the vote of thanks.
Okay, and then thank you.
Thank you, madam, for your optimistic and cheering words. Saying thank you is more than good manners. It is a good spirituality. Now I call upon A. Shaktivel to deliver the vote of thanks.
Good morning to all. It is a great honor and a privilege to me propose to vote of thanks on this memorable occasion. First and foremost, I thank our chief guest, Dr. M. Chitra, Associate Professor, School of Entrepreneurship, received University, Haryana, for her informative speech. Next, I would like to thank our principal sir and IIC President Dr. M. Prem Kumar sir, Dr. K. Sundaramurthy sir, IIC Vice President and a Professor of Mechanical Department, Dr. A. Mohanpriya Ma'am, IIC Convener and Associate Professor of EC Department, Dr. P. Polendi sir, ED sir, Coordinator and Associate Professor of Mechanical Department. I also thank the convener of Paavai College of Engineering and the NPR College of their support. I thank our head of Department of MBA, Dr. Sunadi ma'am, for her encouragement. Thank you. Mr. Diagarajan sir from MBA department. I also thank the student coordinator of MBA. I thank all the participants for this smooth coordinate of the webinar. I thank our organization. Thank you.
Thank you, Shaktivel. Finally, I would like to thank all of you present here for making this event a grand success. A moment of difference makes a difference in your attitude. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you then. Thank you all.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank
Ma'am,
you. Thank you.
ma'am, please wait. Participants can just turn on your camera so that we'll take a few screenshots. And the feedback link is posted in the chat box. Kindly take care in filling it so that you will receive your participation certificates within 2 days.
Chitra ma'am, thank you very much for having accepted our invitation and for such a
my
nice
pleasure.
presentation.
It's a pleasure, ma'am. It's a pleasure, ma'am. Always it's a pleasure.
Thank you
And
so
to talk
much.
about entrepreneurship, it's interesting, but I'm really sorry for the glitches, technical glitches that has happened. Okay, I'm really sorry
That
for that.
can't
I'd like
be
to
helped.
thank. Yes, it is very difficult, right? Okay, it is very difficult
Yeah,
to
yeah,
do.
sure, sure.
Because I'm able to see it is coming to me as presenting, but I'm not able to, you people are not able to see that.
No
That's the
issues,
problem.
no
Right.
issues.
Anyway, thank you for the staff member who helped me with the PPT. My special
She's
thanks
Dr.
to
Mohana Priya. I
Mohana
should have
Priya.
introduced her
Thank
to
you
you,
so
Dr. Mohana Priya, Associate Professor of EC. She's a
great,
convener for IIC.
great. Mohana Priya ma'am, thank you so much for your timely help also. Okay, thank you for that.
Yes,
Mohana
ma'am.
Priya,
Thank
have
you.
we taken the screenshot, ma'am?
Ma'am, I've just enabled the camera option so that students can turn on their cameras. Participants
Students,
and
please.
other faculty, you can please turn on your camera so that few screenshots will be taken so that we'll wind up.
Happy to see the faces actually. When we see the faces, it is becoming so important, right? We feel happy when we see the faces. Okay, thank you for the response.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
So you are Mohana Priya, right?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Great. Happy to be introduced to you.
Students, all of you switch on.
That's nice. Okay, ma'am. Right then.
Mohana, is it done, Mohana?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. We'll wind up.
Okay then.
Thank you very
Thank
much,
you.
Chitra madam, once again.
Thank you. I'd like to thank Paavai College for this golden opportunity and wish all the young budding entrepreneurs a great success. Thank you all. Best wishes from my end.
Thank you all participants and staff members. We'll wind up. Thank you all of you. Thank you,
you,
Mohana
ma'am.
Priya madam, for your
Bye.
Yes,
contribution.
ma'am.
Thank you. Bye. Bye then. Bye. Thank you.